Hey everyone, I'm from now, and yeah, you can see some updates. And so I wasn't here since then, and since then I wasn't. I am so sorry that it takes like a lot of days to think about what's going on to make sure to take the mood on. But in case of everything, I'm back, and everything changed. Sorry about my voice. So let's start with something that I actually we had to talk about what happened today. So here we go. So we have here, and you guys didn't see the closet sets now. One who is here in the closet, the other's on the bed, the other like the reason why something changed here is because we have a client, which is basically a trusty woman who is known as she's my father's one who actually thinks she's nice, but no, she's not. And there's a reason why. The reason is there is a reason why that she wasn't here because since there's a conflicting story about this, and we're gonna talk about what happened. So first story, we I actually get to see her once, and she was a client of us who actually came from the first day. We actually trust her in the first day that we saw her first day on the night. First off, I see her as pretty, but I need to see her as trust because trust needs to be earned. And yes, for all of us, we find trust. But however, we saw her as we know what happened. My dad told me, if my dad watching this, he told me that she was the one who actually talked about, who has a hard time in her life, and I know why she have a hard time. Sure, her hardest time ever was in her life was that is because she has this life, and somehow it's like left and right to fight on her life. So we actually had to give her space to make sure she joined us in home, to make her like she is gonna be the care of me. So whew, Dad told me she has to be the one who had to take care of me, which I agreed, which is fair. But what I agree on is that she has to be trust, and trust came from the one we need to care. Like the worst thing about any trust is where you find trust wherever you go. Like whatever you go is wherever you go, and yes, it's what happens. Hold on, not everybody can be in having trust in it, so it's not that easy to think about what trust you get from. So, sorry about that. Dad called me, and he actually found out that I watching videos, and I am making a video right here. So let me tell you what happened. So she was hurt, and she was uncomfortable in the life when she was here. First off, we decided to take her in. Now, first off, we actually need to see her trust because she was gonna be had to be first off, she had to have a good attitude, a way of how a nicotine way that that she was doing. And since we actually did it, I was thinking like, yeah, we should think about what we're doing. In nature, we start to realize that one time we start to get used to her. We are starting to get used to her on her life and the life while we're living her in the bed. But first off, the way I saw her is she has to be very trustful or not trustful. And it's a very little bit of a predicament. Like we gave her this bed before. This is my dad's bed, and the reason why was used because she lives here for us, and we were waiting for her coming back. Now, what happened to the days? First off, first day we actually had to take her to a restaurant to eat to get time with us, and then she had to, stay here in my dad's bed. And since she has brought her stuff like mallets and everything, we had to buy the closet and some other compartment. And yes, this closet is a compartment of hers with her clothes and stuff, which is exemplary of saying yes, this is her living space. Turns out, the reason what happened is that she has lived here since how to say this, a week. I think it's a week. Yeah, I think it's a week. And since she lived here for a week, I think a week and now a half. I don't know. The day is a half of the week, and we had to give her a space. We gave her this. We gave her the closet. We gave her space. We gave her whatever she is. Like she's living at home now in peace, and I respect her privacy and her character. But however, the time being, there was a time where we had to buy this, and she goes lay back. And when she was laid backing, it was only the time where we were seeing like, yeah, this is a laid back person that we're talking about. The reason she goes on her phone and vape. And first off, it wasn't a nicotine of vaping. It was a no chemical drugs vaping that she declared, and which is actually truthful, which is fair, yeah. But in a way, vaping isn't a good thing. Like you don't do with the health, like you have to go for the health and everything. And that's what I saw for me and that we did. And we did everything to do with her life. And she cooked for me and my dad. And even I cook with her, which we have fun. Now today was a different story. Since she was late backing and yesterday she was supposed to come back home. Until then she couldn't come back home. And I realized that she was leaving. And now I don't know if she left, but I think she left. And I don't know how we're gonna do with her stuff. Like her stuff is her stuff and we are here living with her stuff. And now I don't know if she's coming back. I don't know. If she doesn't come back, then she doesn't come back, and we're just gonna, I don't know, throw her away or sell her stuff. Like, she shouldn't vape, first off. Like, it's not a nicotine drug vaping, it's a bad drug vaping. And I think it's fine to say that she had her point. But you don't play the stupid guy. You want to know that it's not vaping. And I first thought, like, okay, maybe I trust her and her character, but however, the only way to judge her character is on me. My dad told me if I want her to leave or not. I say, don't do it. Let her stay and see if she's trustful. If she is very trustful, then she could. She can leave whatever she wants. That's what I want her to do. Like, she can leave whatever she wants. Not because of the family we're giving her. It's because if she needs to leave because we're treating her bad, she needs to leave. Because everybody has a reason for getting us to give her, right? So we let her in and we actually have fun with her. She does good things. She buys the stuff, she gets the stuff, she gets ready. Fortunately, when the days come by for the new week, like this week, I actually having breakfast at first. On Monday, I having breakfast at first because it's gonna be a very simple 10 minute. I think it's like a from Tuesday. I think it's not Monday. It's Tuesday. Tuesday was in the computer class because Monday was in the Martin Luther King birthday. And what happens? Speak and let me tell you what happened. What happened is, she's supposed to be around time, and since she was so tired and everything, I don't know what she done in the night. I let her sleep, and I go home and I go to the street eating with a one pack of cookies, and that's it. I actually ate a pack of cookies and I had to use an Uber to go over there and then back here because my dad had to be busy for the routine because he was in Hollywood. And when I saw him in Hollywood, I was like, yeah, he's not gonna pick me up fast. So I had to go with Uber to go back home. And I did. I used Uber to go back home. I had to think well because I gave him patience to give him like I don't use Uber everywhere. I want to give him a chance to see if he's coming or not. If he's not coming, then I had to use Uber. If he is coming, I don't use none. And that's what I do. I decided first to see if he's coming first or not. Because sometimes there's fast motive, but for me, I take normal motive. So what do I'm here for? Well, simple. We're talking about her. And since I returned home, she had rested by herself. And since she was thinking like you need to make it fresh, so she wants to wait for me to cook breakfast for her, to cook breakfast with her, freshly then coldly, then a microwave. Which I respect, but no, you can't do that because since says, look, I know you want to wait for people to come in, but when people are so tired and they're so overwhelmed by working and you didn't make nothing, you make sure like you waste your time with them and that's it. Like you waste your time and sugar. Like I thought that she would make breakfast until she didn't. And whenever my dad works in the morning and he's coming back home, I make breakfast for him. Not in time, but in sometime in time or not, because I do slack off. For my honesty, I slack off. But she was around since then, and Wednesday, I had to go to school again. But this time I'm coming out early since I had to go finish to 10 to 50 p.m. And I did, which I did. But in the morning, my dad saw that he smelled vaping, chemical vaping about her device, and I was like, "Yeah, I can understand why that smells. I don't smell because I'm in the side of the corner of the bed, which is so convincible for me that I say I didn't smell. I didn't smell the vape. I didn't smell nothing on my side, and my dad smells it, which is very true. So when I went there, my dad just tells her that not to vape because of my condition of my health, and I think I understand why dad wants to make sure I fight in my fight condition, because since he was telling her to make sure you don't vape on the inside than the outside, it's very convincing to do it on the outside, but then the inside no, because if you have a son and my dad wants to make sure to keep my healthy state, she needs to vape outside of the house and make sure she stay vaping outside. If I smell vape on my room, it wasn't a good condition now, and she might not be good. And I understand why. And I don't blame him because my dad wants to care about the son. And basically, we all can see that it's a rude thing, but sometimes we are gonna have the surface of our opinions. Like it could be harmful, but understandably reasonable. And yeah, yesterday she had to leave, and then I wait home, and when I wait at home, I decided to I don't know I decided to wait for her on home until she come back. She couldn't come back, and I think she was just abandoned us without trace. My opinion, if she doesn't come back, I would just like sell her products because look at this. Like, look what we bought for her. Look at her stuff. This is her stuff. Basically, this is her stuff. And it's not ours because since she's lived here and I don't know what happened to her, I don't know if she's gonna abandon us or not. Because if she abandoned us, you know what's gonna happen. Me and Dad we had to sort things out. But at least this closet is a good thing for me because since this is gonna be a home department studio, I think it's gonna be the easiest thing to save up your clothes here. And I guess it's a understandable reason. So hear me out what's gonna happen. So basically, we have this one, and today she could have gone back home, and I think we have to stay and wait for her. Now, I guess it's understandable to say that yes, I have to wait for her to come back, which is fair. And since it's fair, I guess it's fair. Fair. So, what does it settle us to? First off, it's basically because of her living life and it's not our living life. That is only her problem. But second of all, she has a problem with her lack of effort. Like we were gonna help her to take the license. And since she didn't do nothing about the license and she was talking about the license and she did nothing, she's not being productive. For me, I will be productive. Like if you're in the morning and then you're gonna go ahead and take the license. You gotta be productive to take the license because no one's gonna make you until yourself. You gotta learn how to make yourself. Like you gotta learn something. Like you gotta try to make sure you don't mess up the information. And she didn't do it, so she shouldn't do nothing today. And I think she didn't do nothing. I don't know if she did, but I think she did nothing. And I think she was nice at first, but until she was kind of like has her pros and cons. Like we all have our pros and cons. Like she has her pros, she has her cons, but mostly she's getting on the cons now for us because since she was not here at home. And Dad would not take it kindly. But for me, I would little bit take it kindly if she has a good reason. If she has a good reason, and it's not a very easiest reason to talk about the fact that she's gone for good. Maybe I can help her out and make sure she's fine. But she wouldn't. She wouldn't be fine. And I think it's understandable that she could not deserve that. Like, no, seriously, she could not deserve that. So, where does this send us to? Well, first off, we waste money. My dad wastes money for the closet, even the stuff we bought to make sure we get the stuff in Walmart, the closets, the sinkage, the sinkage, the one, and everything. We had to buy everything. Like, was not useless is the what we are trying to get help or trying to find anything else. And we did. We did everything we could for getting anything we could. Which is fair. Which is fair. Now, not everybody could say, like, yeah, you could just go ahead and do whatever you want, but then again, you gotta do a cost. Like, we actually has a cost. We all have a cost. So the last video I talk about the some of the things. Right here, I would talk about a video that you guys might know better. And sorry, sorry for the sneeze. It's funny to do the sneeze, but it's not easy to do it. So, yeah, I know about all this because since there were going to be a weird stuff now, I love to see all of this as the weird stuff of the brain rot is kind of well, yeah, it's kind of like that. But let me help you about this one. I know a lot about this guy, and I think I remember. Now, this I remember. I saw this videos because the life of a girl. Like you think about the con, and then there were some there was a video that I like the which one it is he has this the quartermolate and there's gonna be another one like this is a good one. This is a good one because since this one is basically telling you the backstabbings and this is the diss tracks, the other stuff like all of this is a good one. And which the other one I like is the other one. Which is the other one? Which is the one who we need to know? Meat writers. When meat get humiliated. Yeah, I know meat writers is. Mold right. Yeah, these are good. I like Pat God a lot. Pat God is actually a roaster, and dude, I will not mess with him. So where is companies. Now, there's a thing right here. Look at this video.
You, just you,
and what
building your app. on base 44.
Based on the description, we actually get to see this because somehow this is a description of showing what it is. Like we're saying that you're doing something, like you're doing something bad, and something bad could happen, and that's what happens. Like when I saw it could happen. So, what?
From Honey, a money-saving browser extension which ended up stealing everyone's money,
Honey steals from creators.
to FTX, a cryptocurrency exchange platform which turned out to be a scam.
FTX tried to hide billions of dollars in fraud.
Here are 5 of the worst sponsorships in YouTube history. Starting with Honey, which the biggest YouTubers promoted as a coupon-finding browser extension that promised to help users save money, only for them to realize that the company was doing the opposite all along.
Now, at first, there was this. I've heard about Honey, and I never use it because I don't trust a website that can save money or anything. Because if I trust any website that can do anything, I need to see a trusty one website that can help me to understand and maybe, just maybe, try to do something. Maybe not stealing, maybe not scamming, not playing mind game with you, trying to make sure to do that.
The scam was first exposed by YouTuber Megalag, first revealing Honey's psychological tactic of reassuring users they've got the best deal even when no coupons apply.
So you add the product to your cart, get to the checkout page, and hello, Honey says they found you 10 coupon codes. You click apply discounts, and Honey gets to work. But unfortunately, none of the coupon codes worked. Doesn't matter though, because as Honey has promised us for years, that means we know we've got the best deal.
After that, he would uncover how Honey secretly stole the sales commission that was supposed to go to the content creators who promoted them.
After clicking Linus's affiliate link, you'll notice in the URL, there's a tracking tag labeled Short Circuit. That's a reference to one of Linus's YouTube channels, and this tracking tag is how Newegg knows who to pay a commission to. We can also see that this tracking tag has been saved on my browser in the form of a cookie that will expire in 30 days. That way, if we only decide to complete the purchase a few days later, Linus will still be credited the sale. So what happened when we got to the checkout page? Well, once Honey popped up, watch what happened to Linus's affiliate cookie after we clicked apply discounts. You see that? Honey came in, removed Linus's affiliate cookie, and replaced it with their own, claiming credit for the sale and pocketing the commission money for themselves.
Many people praised Megalag for his expose. This is insanely predatory. Great investigation. Every YouTuber who promoted this should make updates to tell consumers what is actually under the hood. And this is
why I like this guy, because he discovers the truth. And some YouTubers we should listen, like Markiplier warned us, and like there's other warnings. Like I listened to Markiplier. I actually did listen to Markiplier when she talking about something fishy about it. And that's what I felt. Like I felt that something is fishy. Like I felt something like it's going on and it's going wrong. And that's what I think about it. Like you look at the companies about it, and she taught me about like the value of companies, but I want to see a company that was not that scammable. And this is what happens.
Exactly what the content creators did.
Obviously, knowing what I know now about this company, I wish I never worked with them. I'm sorry for ever having promoted Honey. I clearly didn't know any of this was going on.
Uninstall Honey if you have it installed. If you didn't ever install Honey, good for you. Keep it that way.
As more and more former promoters updated their audience, YouTube lawyer Legal E.
There's a problem with this. I don't know if Mr. Beast said something. Like, he hasn't said something on Honey before.
Legal would reveal on January 3rd, 2025 that he took action.
Creators are saying that Honey is a scam. They believe that Honey steals from creators. So on behalf of creators everywhere, I have filed a class action lawsuit to stop it.
But while Honey braces for the first wave of lawsuits, Yotta, a savings bank, is still knee deep after the app kept people's money too safe. In 2021, Yotta introduced itself as a gamified savings app, offering a lottery-like system where every money saved earned a ticket for weekly prize draws. This appealed to big finance YouTubers like Graham Stefan, who promoted it on his channel.
I decided to invest an undisclosed amount, and now I can officially say I am a small owner in Yotta Bank.
As well as smaller commentary creators like Jake Tran.
Lotteries are predatory. They play on our psychology to suck us dry of our hard-earned money.
But what if lottery psychology could be used for good? What if lottery psychology could be used to incentivize you to save money and build wealth instead of keeping you poor? Well, that's where Yada comes in. A savings account that pays you interest and prizes, giving you a chance to win $10 million every single week.
But on August 6th, 2022, CoffeeZilla would release an expose about Jake's suspicious promotions, which included the savings app.
He'll tell you that lotteries are predatory. But then in that same video, he'll sell you a quote, no-lose lottery.
Play the no-lose lottery by pausing the video and clicking the link below.
Yada really turned out to be sketchy because just 2 years later, Yada's intermediary, Synapse, filed for bankruptcy. As a result, 85,000 Yada users were affected, which CoffeeZilla covered on June 4th, 2024.
Over $60,000 frozen up in Yada.
7,270.60 cents frozen.
$46,699.
It's been 3 weeks with no end in sight, and these people have mortgages to pay, taxes, bills, and quibbling about the middleman or the bank whose fault it is to miss the point.
This video is about to seriously change people's perspectives on financial YouTubers and the blatant lack of concern they have on the products they promote. Unfortunately,
this is actually a very warnable one. And I first thought about it and I'm like, damn, I could understand that this is the worst. Because we actually get to see about if you're going to go, like, after when you see the commercial, it said you win $10 million. I don't believe that. You don't win $1 million. Like, whenever you go in a website that you say that they're going to help you to win more money, that is not true. That is never going to be true. Like, any apps on any computer or any apps on any phone, you don't need to trust them because somehow they use you. They want to see a blind people to trust their own activity to make sure you go. Like, let's say if you're telling yourself that you're trying to make sure you make money, you have to make money if you're trusting that company. If they got, like, the first thing you need to understand is look at the surface. First off, look at the title, think about it, and look deeper down on the damn hole. If you look deeper down on the damn hole, you get everything. I did it before, and everybody could not do it. I could do it, but everybody could. Not everybody could. And I first thought about it like, yeah, you might think it's bad, which it is bad, okay?
as of November 2024, over $40 million remains owed to almost 5,000 customers. But while Yada ended up freezing its users' money, Raid Shadow Legends' downfall would be about oversaturating the platform and lying about the regressive marketing. Starting in 2019, almost every YouTuber on the platform was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, a mobile role-playing video game.
Download Raid Shadow Legends.
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
With these same ads popping over and over again, a smaller creator named Foco would comment on the situation.
Whenever someone gets sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, they turn into a robot, and it always hurts to watch. They are just following a script, and the same things are being said in every single sponsorship. Awesome 3D graphics, amazing storyline, over 10 million players. Join now and get 50k silver for free.
This would also lead to a lot of memes mocking the sponsorship and joking about sponsorship requests.
I can understand the fact that this app I watched everywhere, I haven't played it yet. Like the fact that it's because it's a app. Because Raid Shadow Legends is a app that gives you I don't know if I trust it because somehow these games aren't real. And at first I thought like, yeah, maybe these cannot be real because like at first, when I watched Raid Shadow Legends, I was like, maybe this is interesting. Until it was getting a little bit quirky or cringy on the ads, which I don't appreciate. Like, if I were rating out Raid Shadow Legends, I'll have to be honest, I will not, like, look, if I sponsor something, if you guys want me to sponsor it, if you guys want me to sponsor any type of company, I have to be serious and not telling myself in a script. I want to be honest to check and say it. Check and say it. If you think I have to listen to a script, nah. You're making me feel like I had to tell you all a lie. Everywhere you go is a lie. And sometimes everything could be a lie because everybody do that, to be honest.
Clarify everything on February 26th, 2020. Hi there. We do not sponsor. We cooperate only with those YouTubers who play our game and want to be our influencers. We do not pay money for it.
This is a lie that I saw, and everybody is talking about that. This is a bad comment because we do not sponsor. What? Like, tell me. We all sponsor because he played the game. You let us say the sponsor. Like this guy said.
Internet instantly knew it was a lie.
Yeah,
so when people say, before I start today's video, I want to talk about Raid Shadow Legends, that's actually their choice. They choose to go off topic and plug your game.
That is where I like this comment. Because this comment tells you exactly the fact that it is.
Content creators, including some ordinary gamers, would also back this up.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, most YouTubers that I know, every YouTuber in the world that has a channel with at least one subscriber has probably received a paid promotion inquiry by Raid Shadow Legends directly or from a third party. Now, I've been receiving these third party even after I left Raid Shadow Legends with a fucking burn mark up the ass. Like, I literally goat-seed the entire game. And you know what? I still got sponsorship offers.
Although Raid tried to point out that they weren't referring to their advertising campaign, they just received more backlash. Seems like you're in the business of making mistakes as of late. Shady business practices and deceptive actions that make the game unfair for a casual gamer warranted an uninstall action on my part. In the end, Raid proved they're unreliable because of their lies. Much like FTX, a cryptocurrency.
My only problem about this Raid Shadow Legends is that it's getting annoying and people don't want to play the game. Like, if I want to play the game, you have to tell me a reason why I want to play the game. You got to be honest. You got to tell me the goods and the bads about it. You got to be honest with yourself if you're going to be a shady-ass business. Because no matter how hard is a shady fucking business, you got to tell them the truth. If I make a business or a sponsor or anything, I had to be honest myself. Like, you don't hide people the fact that you want to make them, like, you want to make money. Money is going to be earned when you do cooperation. But the cooperation comes with trust, because trust needs to be earned by cooperation. It just doesn't matter how you're bad. You have to be honest. And these people are doing that. They're not doing honesty things. They're just doing bad things to make sure they get the bad types. And no matter how hard it is, you're getting used on the mind. And that's what it is for me.
The exchange platform, which promised trust and financial security, but delivered fraud. FTX was first released in 2019 and instantly got attention in the crypto market. By 2021,
and ads. Now, I saw this one. I know ads feel great.
Are the sparks.
Now, my opinion about this one, I think it's good. I think it's fair. I played Deadly Zero, but a lot of people like they should get back.
Beneath the endless sky.
I saw this. Yeah, I love
Across
it.
the boundless plains.
A lot of this is like catching Epic and Bill. Like, catching Epic took away.
They keep watch over the promise made to you. And the fated day comes, and the darkness descends once more.
I'll check it out before then. Let's go.
Exchange made sponsorship deals with star athletes like Tom Brady.
I'm getting into crypto with FTX. You in?
And a lot of finance YouTubers.
I'm really proud to stand behind today's sponsor, FTX. They're one of the largest U.S. regulated cryptocurrency exchanges in the world in terms of trading volume and daily users for good reason.
This video is brought to you by FTX. Go to MetKevin.com/FTX to learn more and sign up to get free crypto every time you trade.
Neva Nas Daily covered FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried's story, calling him, quote, the most generous billionaire in the world.
Sam is not a traditional billionaire because he believes in the concept of earn to give, which means his goal as a human is to make as much money as possible just to give it away. Earn to give.
But all of that would change a year later when
I should give you a question here. Earn to give. Give the money. I want earn to give by trust.
FTX reportedly used its customer funds to address the company's financial issues, setting up its downfall.
It seems to be yet another lesson that you should not trust these crypto exchanges as far as you can throw them.
Not long after, Sam Bankman-Fried resigned as CEO and FTX filed for bankruptcy. As for the promoters, they were also sued for misleading investors, pushing Graham Stephan to release an apology.
I was wrong, and I'm sorry. I trusted them, but in the end, their parent company was not forthcoming with all of the risks, this being one of them. This type of behavior is not something that I ever would have expected.
Eva Nas Daily deleted his glazing video, but the damage was done. As for Bankman-Fried, he was charged with fraud and was later found guilty, and as of January 2025, FTX had started to repay its customers. In the end, the FTX collapse serves as a brutal lesson in sponsor selection for YouTubers, a reality BetterHelp foreshadowed when it
This is the company that I do not even trust anymore. And I never used it, but at first I saw like as a clinical and turned out it's not a good idea.
Shady business practices were exposed. On September 27, 2018, there was an influx of YouTubers talking about depression and being burned out, leading a smaller creator, Memology 101, to do a personal investigation and claim that these were fabricated to promote BetterHelp as a solution. This drove famous content creators, including PewDiePie, to look into the inconsistencies of the mental health company.
So let's say you sign up for BetterHelp for a 7-day free trial. As soon as that trial ends, you are charged immediately with the full price of a month, $260. And even if you immediately cancel, you are still charged the full amount for a month that you will not use.
He would also look into the company's false promises.
BetterHelp also says that we'll find you an online therapist. You just do this quick questionnaire and we'll find the right person for you. But in their terms of service, they also say, we cannot assess whether the use of the counselor is right and suitable for your needs. So what do? They don't take accountability for anything. They make no warranty whether what they say is even relevant, useful, correct, relevant again, satisfactory, or suitable to your needs.
PewDiePie would also point out how BetterHelp diagnosed their clients despite claiming they didn't.
You have really questionable videos of YouTubers saying,
I suffer with binge eating, which
saw
I do want to talk to you guys about
It's
because I was
actually
officially
very
diagnosed
worried
with binge eating disorder by my therapist.
Okay, who diagnosed you?
If you guys have ever heard of BetterHelp.com.
Oh, really?
But the most shocking was when he revealed what BetterHelp was doing to its clients' data.
The cherry on the top here is that in their terms of service, they can share your data. And anything talking about mental health related, that's really not a problem if that's public information, right? I mean, the whole idea of having online therapy with an online footprint, it's just a bad idea in general.
Though the BetterHelp CEO himself denied these accusations, the Federal Trade Commission accused them of misleading the public with these claims in March 2023, leading to the mental health company's required settlement of $7.8 million. Following the settlement in 2024, however, BetterHelp is now trying to make a comeback on the platform, urging Soggy Cereal to release a reminder that BetterHelp will always be the worst sponsor in YouTube history.
Such a shady and deceitful past tries to sell something as important as a mental health service that in my opinion is both overpriced and sucks. Yeah, well, that should be called out, and I think creators should be informed.
Which is true. Like, the fact is true. Like, you start to realize that when you try to go into a company's site, you better be wary to be ready, because I remember a lot of things about it. And when I saw a lot of things, it's like, it's not a good company you're looking. Like, when you look deeper, you're going to realize the image. The background image could be a lie. And I did. I knew and I trust that is all lies. And when you think better, you're gonna know why it's bad. That's what I say. A lot of people warned you, and if you didn't take any credit of the warning, consequences come by. And consequences come by like we all did. Now, I did hard stuff. Like, you get a trauma about the damn conflict where you're going to go. And I believe that if you think you're going to take it like a pro, like, you start to realize that you're trying to find something good until you're going to realize that it's going to be bad in the end. At first, you start. And then you start bad. And then they help you to start good. Like, I started to believe on the YouTube content creators to believe that they could do something truthful than doing something liability. We think it's lies. And it's true. Everything could be a lie. And people do this better. People do this. Now, my opinion is this. Why are you trusting these companies blindsided if you're going to have to wait or be patient to see deeper? And that's what I think. No matter who content creator like PackGod or Steak or Penguin Zero or PewDiePie, everyone on any content creator can have a little shadow. And I could have a shadow also. We never become a perfect angel. We never become a good trust guy. We become the guy that you don't know. And I think it's very true because in reality, nobody could trust anybody, not even me. You cannot trust me what I'm doing. However, I had to show you in action. Maybe not everywhere you can see me. Maybe you can see this video and I'm doing something nothing, but stay inside doing nothing. I want to let you guys know. If I did something wrong, I have to be actually telling the truth. Because, look, a lie can be a lie. It could be a hurtful thing and you keep going sneakily because you want to play the game. A truth hurts very much, but you are a very big, honest angel. Maybe the truth may be consequential, but you got to deal with it. It hurts, but it's also meant to say you are trust. And I have to tell the truth. Everybody doesn't like to tell the truth, not even me. But in the end, you got to try. So, this video is all about trusting with your type and basically the story of how we let her stay. And she haven't come back yet. So, if any YouTuber see this video, my live stream, that they see this, please comment and tell me if you're understandable. At first, we start to see bad things. And in the end, we start to decide if we trust them a little bit more to give them a second chance or not. If people are very honest about themselves, they could be honest about themselves. If they're not apologetic to themselves, screw them, keep going, and don't listen to them. And that's what I do. So, I want you guys to understand, trust ain't going to give earned. If they give you money, tell them why they give you money. You don't accept it. They need to tell you the reasons. And when they give you the reasons, they give you the reasons. Reasons comes right everywhere. And you decide if you want to or not to. And that's what I do. I want to give my reason. But if my family gave me money, I accept it. Because they want to share it to me. But also they need to give me a reason. So you got to give reasons. Give him the type. Give him the type of giving them the big brain, giving them the topic, give them whatever they want, give them what they need to think better. Because if you accept anything than just not looking better, you're going to get the risk of going downwards of your defense. So, I want you guys to understand, this is what you need to understand. Never let your guard down, and not even let your type go down. Try your best. So, in the video, thank you. And this is the 8th video I ever got to do. And since this is going to be correct, I hope one of you guys can comment down below and see if you guys have any reason of suggestions and anything. I put a post in there to make you guys to put on in it. So I want you guys to understand that this is your chance to show me. And please understand, this is the type who I needed to tell you. So for all your cases, thank you for watching my channel. And I see you next time. Goodbye.